Now guys, I will make for you a quick calculation how much typical teacher, I would say most of them, especially all of them starting new job and when they go to typical language school, how much they actually make, not how much they think they will make. Let's say 2,000 yen per hour, yes? Well, you need to immediately deduct 10% because that's what, if you are part-time, that will be deducted. So what's left? We have 1,800 yen. 1,800 yen. Usually, most of the schools, they have only 4 hours a day for students, so you will be teaching like part-time, half-time, which is maximum 4 hours. So typical language school, you will have this times 4 hours, times 5 days, and times 4 weeks. So you will get the nice number. This is your monthly salary in theory still. Yes? Because you need to deduct daily transport. Daily transport, as we discussed, is on average. We don't even mention that you always buy something like vending machine, some food, even if you bring lunch from home. But on average, you will pay 10 yen every day, your expenses, commuting or spending money. That will cost you 2,000 yen per month. So this is what you will make, let's say, if you're very lucky, after 1 month of work part-time in a typical language school. And now we will do another calculation. If you have full-time job, let's say you are lucky enough, I would say unlucky, which you will see, how much you will make if you have full-time job. So we will take typical example what the schools offer. If you're lucky, they offer 20,000 yen per month. Well, because it's a full-time, you need to deduct more because there is a social insurance and then so on, as you know. So on average, it's 15%. That will leave you with the theory of 17,000 going into your bank account. Now, if you deduct same daily transport, this is what's left after full-time work. Well, if you compare this number, which is very interesting, because this is part-time, half of a time in here. It's almost the same one. But the best part is coming now. The full-time, you work 160 hours a month. So now let's see what your real hourly rate is. Not 2,000 yen as they tell you and as it's in a contract, yes? This is part-time, so we'll divide this one by 80, let's say 4 hours a day. So what's left here, sorry for my illegible writing, by the way. This is what you make per hour from here. So you think you make 2,000 yen per hour, but actually you make 1,500 yen if you're lucky. This is very lucky option. And we still don't deduct and don't talk about the time you spend get to work and from work, which that time we will compare to online teaching, how it can be used. So basically this is the best what you can get if you end up in a language school, part-time working, 1,500 yen per hour. And remind you, you work only part-time, so you make 12,000 yen. I don't think this is enough for living in a big city at all, not to mention to have a family. Now, what do we have here? This is even better. Because if you are offered a full-time job, this is how you will be making per hour. Look at this number, guys. This is the real teacher's salary per hour after getting, let's say, your license, spending money and time on that, and going to a language school and being offered full-time job. Well, monthly salary. Again, I don't think this is enough for living in a city. And this is your hourly rate. This is a joke. Now we have Haru Sensei online-only teaching. So starting from the beginning, she doesn't make big money. This is like, I would say, normal or starting point of a teacher who knows what is he or she doing. You just need some basic online teaching skills to do that. So this is Haru Sensei hourly rate. 3,500 yen. She works in a month on average, let's say 120 hours, yes? So how much are we getting now? This is what she can get if she has 120 hours, which I remind you, this is less than full-time job. She still have 40 hours to do whatever she like, whether sleeping, working more hours, making more money, having holiday, watching movie, whatever, spend time with family. She makes this. And I should add opportunity cost, but that would be maybe too complicated. Opportunity cost means, like most of the teachers, they spend 2 hours daily commuting to work and back. She doesn't need to do that. Basically, she has 0 expenses plus that 2 hours she could spend on teaching, 2 hours more daily. So if it's 20 days, we should add 20 days times daily 2 hours, this is her hourly rate, times 7,000. So basically, she is making, this is extra money that she can make using that 2 hours daily for teaching instead of spending time on a train or in the car. So we have now a very nice number. And basically 0 expenses. Teaching from bed, from living room, anywhere at home, not going outside, eating breakfast at home. Whether you have family, children or not, this is what you could make not leaving home at all. And this is actually what most of the teachers online are making. So we came to this nice number, which is very, very different from the number that we calculated of a teacher going to a language school. This one you don't need a license. You don't need to spend time and money for any license. You need to get simple skills for online teaching that we will guys show you and tell you later on. Part-time teaching in a language school, full-time teaching in a language school, this is what you make per month, this is what you make, the actual money that you make after basic expenses. And this is online. Well, actually it looks almost unreal, I would say, if you compare this amount. I mean, basically like this, it's like 4 times more than this one. Well, but that's what Haru Sensei switched from making this or this to making this and actually working less than she was working. 0 stress, everything from home. Whether home or from Hawaii, let's say, you can work from anywhere. And this is huge difference that we want to teach you guys how to do this, because we will introduce you teachers later on who have full-time job or part-time job and teach online, and also have full-time job not related to teaching Japanese and still teach Japanese. Why? For those reasons. And again, this is only from the basic online rate, which is based on dollars, because most sites they charge in dollars, which is a big advantage for you. It depends on the exchange rate, of course. We will introduce you to teachers who make 1,000,000 yen per hour. And you can see they can work half time what Haru Sensei is working, and they can make more money. And this is nothing special, not the rocket science. They switching from this shitty, I would say, stuff to this stuff. Of course, some exceptions apply. Some schools pay a bit better, but in general, not. Well, some of you may not like idea of teaching online. Of course, that's okay. Some of you will not agree with many things. You also don't need to agree with the reality. But then, please enjoy this part of being a language teacher, and the others who would like to change something, well, we will be more than happy to introduce how to do this and get this amount with no stress. And we will be doing that over the next videos. Now, in the next video, guys, because I've met many teachers, because we look for teachers all the time, so we have a huge rotation of teachers, and also we visit other schools, we work with language schools, so we can see teachers, we talk to students, to the teachers, and I need to say that I found a teacher that has skills that are above the average or even above the good teacher, a Japanese language teacher. You may be surprised, I will introduce that teacher in the next video. We will be working with her on the new projects that will benefit you and the students as well. That teacher has skills that are not that difficult maybe to learn, but they are a bit separate from the Japanese language knowledge. Those are the skills that we were talking in a previous video maybe a bit, and even not necessarily online skills, skills that allow her to get feedback from students that we never had such a great feedback from students. And we have students from different countries, different ages, different backgrounds. So this is something that I'm very happy to introduce you, her, and we will be showing you examples of her classes, how she's preparing for the classes, and she will also share her experience with teaching other teachers, because we are getting a lot of requests from our teachers and past teachers to share how is she preparing for the classes and what is she doing different than most of the teachers. Because not everyone is getting such a great reviews from students, from teachers, and as the owner of the school, I need to say, this is a type of teacher that every school and every student want to have, and they are willing to pay much more than typical language teacher is getting. So thank you guys, and please watch the next video. Arigatou gozaimasu.